This is the most powerful place I've ever traveled, and it will blow your mind. There are over 300 days of solitude, fresh powder, epic backcountry, incredible wildlife, and no one around for miles and miles. In my opinion, it's North America's best-kept secret, and it's in our own backyard. There are endless adventures to be had here. You can explore hydrothermal features, go skiing, snowmobiling, wildlife viewing, ice fishing, snowshoeing. There's just so much to do here, and it's truly a winter wonderland. The best part is that it's free. All you need is a Yellowstone Superpass and you're set. It covers all national parks in the US for a whole year, so there's really no reason not to go. And I'll tell you what, I am absolutely in love with this place. There's something special here, something ancient and powerful. You can feel it in the ground beneath your feet. It's like the earth itself is beating beneath you, and it's calling to something deep inside of us. Maybe it's the adventurer in us all. Maybe it's the childlike wonder. Or maybe it's just the stunning beauty of this place. But whatever it is, it draws us in and makes us feel alive. Yellowstone is a special place. It's a place where we can connect with the wild, with each other, and with ourselves. And it's a place where we can learn about the fragility of life and the importance of protecting the environment. Yellowstone is more than just a national park. It's a sanctuary, a refuge, and a reminder of the power and beauty of nature. It's a place where we can escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with what truly matters. I spent 3 weeks exploring this amazing place, and I can't wait to share my adventures with you. From hiking through the backcountry to spotting wildlife along the way, I experienced the true meaning of adventure. I hope that by sharing my story, I can inspire others to get outside and explore the great outdoors. Whether you're looking for an adrenaline rush or just want to soak up the stunning scenery, I know that you won't be disappointed. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore Yellowstone National Park with me. Let's go. When I first arrived at Yellowstone, I was blown away by the sheer size and scope of this place. It's so vast and wild, so different from anything I'd ever seen before. I mean, this is the largest contiguous wilderness area in the lower 48 states, encompassing over 2.2 million acres. It's home to more than half of the world's active geysers, including the world's tallest active geyser. And it's also one of the most seismically active places on Earth. That's because Yellowstone sits atop a supervolcano that's just waiting to blow. Yeah, I said blow. We're talking about a massive eruption that could literally change the world. But don't worry, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Scientists say that it would take something like 10 million years for the big one to go off. But still, it's kind of cool to know that I was standing on top of such a powerful force of nature. As I started to explore the park, I realized that Yellowstone is more than just a collection of geysers and hot springs and mountains. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that's full of surprises. I saw bison, elk, wolves, and even bears roaming freely through their natural habitat. And I could feel the energy of the wild all around me. It was exhilarating and humbling at the same time. I was just a small visitor in this vast wilderness, but I was still connected to it all in a way that I never had been before. One of the most breathtaking sights in Yellowstone is the Grand Prismatic Spring. It's a massive hot spring that's filled with colorful bacteria that make it look like a giant rainbow. The colors are so vibrant, and the contrast against the turquoise water is just stunning. I also love the nearby Excelsior Geyser. It's one of the park's most active geysers, and you can hear the water boiling and steaming from far away. It's also the tallest active geyser in North America, reaching heights of over 10 stories. It's just mind-blowing to think that all of this is just a few feet below the surface of the earth. It's just a thin layer of crust separating us from scalding hot water. It really puts things into perspective and reminds us of the raw power of nature. Of course, we can't talk about Yellowstone without mentioning Old Faithful. It's probably the most famous geyser in the world, and for good reason. It erupts every 90 minutes like clockwork and shoots water high into the air. It's a truly mesmerizing sight and a must-see when you visit the park. But honestly, it's a little bit touristy for my taste. I mean, there are crowds of people gathered around waiting for it to erupt. Okay? And once it does, everyone starts cheering and taking pictures. It's just not my thing. I prefer to see these natural wonders without the crowds and the fanfare. And luckily, Yellowstone has plenty of those. My favorite geyser in the park is the Black Sand Basin. It's a small cluster of geysers and hot springs that are hidden away from the crowds. To get there, you have to hike down a steep trail through the woods. And when you finally reach the basin, you'll see why it's worth the effort. The water is a deep sapphire blue, and the sand is black as coal. It's a unique and otherworldly landscape that feels like a secret just waiting to be discovered. If you're planning to visit Yellowstone, I highly recommend checking out the Lamar Valley. It's also known as the Valley of the 10,000 Bison, and it's one of the best places in the park to see wildlife. I was lucky enough to spot a herd of bison grazing in the meadow, and they were just majestic. These huge, shaggy creatures were totally unfazed by my presence, and they just kept on munching away. I also saw some pretty cool elk, but the bison were definitely the stars of the show. Another place I loved exploring was the Black Canyon of the Yellowstone River. The river is so powerful, and the canyon walls are so tall and steep that it feels like you're standing at the edge of the world. The views are just breathtaking, and it's a great place to go hiking or fishing. I also loved the Upper Geyser Basin, which is home to some of the park's most famous geysers, including the Great Fountain and the Castle. Geyser. The area is filled with colorful hot springs and bubbling mud pots that create a surreal and otherworldly atmosphere. It's one of the most popular areas in the park, but for good reason. The sights are truly spectacular, and it's a great place to learn about the park's geothermal activity. So, what is Yellowstone National Park to me? It's more than just a vacation destination. It's a spiritual experience, a place where I can connect with nature and with myself. It's a place where I can learn about the history of this country and the indigenous cultures that have thrived here for centuries. It's a place where I can challenge myself and push my limits. And it's a place where I can relax and enjoy the beauty of the great outdoors. Before I left Yellowstone, I made sure to visit the Fort Yellowstone Museum. It's a small museum that tells the story of the park's early days, including the soldiers who guarded it. It's the Native Americans who lived there and the pioneers who explored it. I also learned about the park's role in the fur trade and the impact it's had on the region's economy. It was a fascinating glimpse into the past, and I highly recommend checking it out if you visit the park. I also took a day trip to the nearby Chief Joseph National Historical Park. This park tells the story of the Nez Perce people and their chief, Joseph, who fought for their land and their freedom in the late 1800s. It's a tragic but important part of American history, and I was honored to learn more about it. As I packed up and prepared to leave Yellowstone, I couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness. I had fallen in love with this place and didn't want to say goodbye. But I knew I'd be back. There's just something about this place that calls to me, and I can't resist its charm. As I drove away, I looked back at the park and made a mental note to return as soon as possible. Now it's your turn. What do you think of Yellowstone? Have you been there before? What are your thoughts on the Yellowstone supervolcano? Also, do you know of any other places that are as amazing as Yellowstone? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. Till next time, happy adventuring.